first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Divyansh Verma. I'm a part of the sales team at Rezo. So we are into the conversational AI space, and we have been working with a lot of clients from the NBFC domain and retail industry and insurance domain. And talking about the recovery and the collection thing, so since we are into his domain and we are basically towards the digital things, so it's like voice bot, and we are like in the last few years, we have seen sudden growth in the fintech space, especially in the lending space. And obviously, when some industry is growing, a lot of players have stepped in and they are offering services in a various shapes and forms. Like BNPL came into the picture in last few years. They are advanced kind of thing. So from the NBFC standpoint, I think two, three things are really critical. One is the disbursement thing, the other one is compliance, and the last is recovery and collection. So basically, this is a five-step guiding framework, which we see that what could be the role of conversational AI into this collection and recovery space. So first activity we usually do, which is the segregation of the customer, which we have already discussed even in the last panel discussion also. The panelists, they highlighted the importance of segregation. So first of all, the identification of the customer is very important. So we can strategize that planning based upon the bucket and based upon the behavior pattern of the customer. Second is like sending them automated reminders through SMS, WhatsApp. These are very critical. As a third step, we use the data analytics to understand that what is the right moment to introduce human agent, what would be the right moment to introduce feet on the street. Fourth would be to offer some kind of discount, some kind of lucrative offer to the borrower so they can come up with some kind of their inputs, and there would be some negotiation between the borrower and the creditor. And the fifth would be the negotiation, which is basically, it could be with respect to the payment restructuring, it could be with respect to the buying some kind of time. So these are the basically use cases of collection and recovery. So starting from the first thing, which is the pre-due process, wherein usually from the conversational AI standpoint, we send communication things like SMS, WhatsApp, emails, just to apprise them that your EMI is scheduled on this particular date, and you should have sufficient balance. Second is the bucket wherein we use the calling activity. Also, we include the calling activity apart from sending communication. So actually, in the conversational AI industry, most of the companies, they have some kind of smart contact strategy, so which they use just to identify that where exactly your customer is available and how likely they are respond, what would be their preferred channel. So basically, it's the orchestration of the campaign. It could be that like what could be the right moment to use as what could be the right moment to use some other channels. So basically, it's the orchestration. Third is when we talk about the bucket two, wherein it's like 30 to 60, wherein we need to increase the obviously the frequency of sending reminders and the calling thing. And the fourth, when it moves to the fourth bucket, when we are talking about a 60 to 90, wherein most probably that account is going to be tagged as NPA. So that would be the major objective, to avoid that NPA tagging. And the next bucket would be wherein we need to establish the connectivity with the end customer. That would be the primary objective. And the last would be the deep delinquent bucket. So from Rezo standpoint, we have a product we name it Engage AI. So basically, it's a product, it helps you to orchestrate the campaign, and it also helps you to establish the connectivity with your customer. Because when we're talking about especially the post-due thing, wherein the collection and recovery comes into the picture, that's the major thing wherein you need to first establish the contactability with your customer. And since we cover 360-degree approach of starting from the voice bot, WhatsApp, or whatever the major communication channel is available in the market, so we orchestrate the campaign. We have that kind of framework deployed at the backend. And from the result standpoint, that 85% plus connectivity rate what we have observed. And from the contact center standpoint, 2 times connectivity what we have observed. So actually, this is a success story of one of our clients. They are into this NBFC space. They are one of the leading NBFC player of India, and currently they are serving 10 million plus customer base. And so when we approached them, they were having a very generic problem, which is like the low collection efficiency. And when we try to ask them that what is your key objective, so again the same generic statement we get that they want to increase the human efficiency, they want to increase the collection efficiency, and they want to do the resource optimization. So when we like in the last 6 months, what we have seen that this is a business impact what we have created, wherein we increase the connectivity. So earlier it was close to 40-45%. We increased the connectivity to 88%. Then it was a 56%, which was again the recovery thing, and 15% was overall the collection efficiency what we have increased. So this was the major like what we delivered exactly for this NBFC company. So since we have less time, I'm just running quickly. So from the business impact, from the across the campaign, what we have observed. So in the collection campaign specifically, so we have seen that in the post due, the connectivity, what we really observe is between 85 to 90%, and even the paid percentage is close to 89 to 91%. Talking about the pre-due, we have connectivity between 70 to 80%, in the range of 70 to 80%, along with the paid payment 65 to 75%. From the for this same day due, which is zero, the connectivity percentage is 70 to 80%, along with the paid percentage, which is 70 to 75%. For the settlement, again, the connectivity is 50 to 55. The paid is 10 to 15%, and for last, the penal charges, we have connectivity of 90 to 92%, and the total paid percentage is 66 to 70%. So from the client standpoint, since we are working with a lot of NBFCs, so L&T Finance is one of our existing clients. We are working with Fusion Microfinance. We are working with Credit Beak, DPD Zero, SmartCoin. So they are like the pioneer clients of our from the NBFC domain. So this is like awards and achievements. So we started somewhere around 2019, and that's how we progressed. So now it's like in this year also we got some recognition and awards from some prestigious